for Mr. Soda was beam now, Mr. Marquaba beam na into Ghana Daakye Jumidi so emfa emma ewo ITV na afi yenkon sama hodwa etwagum ni bi yenko gudi ho enkomo na nana pay yabo mande me yense tumi aka ye John Affle ono national communication team member edema NDC amayekuo na afi Ebenezer Abeka ono nso ka wona odankita odi ande ma MPP amayekuo no nso na me no mienu na ehia ye ba bedi enkomo na enkomo ahodo ye ba bedi ni bi special prosecutor sabre no asama mo course we mra edifa mahama ayarega eho no ochim se omo adropo charges no nsama odi tia mahama ayarega no ochimi jesa ensam no emum na World Bank nso sama mo de abachim se ba se enkontabu enwo nsama eba ye ma emunda ho se fine man Ghana ene aman ahodo bi so a wode nsam no de amanyen na ye behwe na corruption ahodo a atiatesin ewo aban adwuma ahodo emu no eno nso etumi aka hwasam edi hu nkomo na otwetwe mu na ye to ene aba beto dwa se giari ene otumi se bebrenu ano ekoso opa brebe mo ye de ye afram place enso an robbery issue a ekoso ho ama DC kra no wa afram place south the car yakoto tutu e de abomuni na yakonfo renfo brebe mo ye de no so e de beto so very for mema mo achen sama makwaba
ejoso
okay
nyamena dumara kwa nyama mbuo boni ya yehu yebro so nyamena dumara nyama bebona yehu nyamena dumara kwa aya dum na reti ase nyama mbuo boni nyama mbuo boni kra
abega amamune
awu de ekoso o be se eche amambuo a boy a buy cha na one ye kan ye asema wo be on Ghana fodi sa na on Ghana fodi also better than Ghana heaven.
Wow.
What I say? As you hear, amambu bone and they out with the
Ghana heaven.
Also better than Ghana. I'm a Ghana by Kabesha heaven. What I say? Me no cause what we did 3 times a day. What we did 3 times a day. Me say adumpo never do say over people when na matoso. What I say? Ko kaso haya. And so be to I see you planting for food and jobs. Ko tomatoes bo. Kofia mokobo.
All right. You do come on.
You trust a member of we are. Am I yet because Ghana for ITV4 and Eshe. So bottom yada. They will say it.
Okay. All right. Omanga Sabaka Intino Abaka who nipa bi apese winchi omo de kan chi omo na okay, that's a part. ITV. Let me check Obaka so let me check on my chemist former MC for the people of Let me check. I'm a council executive, I'm a regional executive, I'm a national executive. I'm a grassroots, so I'm from the cells down to the police station to all the electoral area coordinators from more into Sierra East and beyond. It should be let me check Mr. So who's with J, the board member for the Tree Corp Development Authority. And also now yet 20 from 2010 to date, is part of the financiers of the party. Let me check me incoming national general secretary, lawyer Justin Kodia, me incoming youth organizer, Nana Kubiakwa, me incoming national treasurer, Madam Mary Osho Group. Let me check as I'm incoming national chairman, Mr. Robert Uti. Oh, Kasana Wama, and anyway, also the central regional chairman for the Patriotic Party. Okay. Me check before me. Okay. All right. Me check as Soma, Mr. Abdul Karek Bunsu, Deputy National Coordinator. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
And I pay me ITV for a phone now. No show Facebook. Okay. Na me check as so akwamo akonya wode ama say na bi yama Ghana for hu dia e koso amambu emu ayebu ayehu so no be Ghana for ebehwe akotu anso ya bibi anso ya na onu say 2024 Ghana for say omo ye His Excellency John Mahama Abone and so omo to aba na ma no but the only thing omo ye ne say omo ntumi ayere anya vigilant at 2024 no e akonya ba kwa musa na man say kwan no His Excellency John Mahama 2024 omo ngasa be finance no make sure say omo de be si so e say amambu boni aye hu on businesses I say omo warrior egu amanfo e say omo kon Bosha na Nekufa de share Ghana for how to be this no. Almost 2024 no. His Excellency John Mahama of the University so. Now I'm say meet and so me tia me wager by branch executives so na enche you be starting reorganization for the branches. Now you have constituency elections, you have ward elections. Now almost say the last time almost me time so but I feel the almost say ejuma ma ye no omo gidi se omo ru anya hye mu a for the first time it na seat in the amom. As I say a member of parliament or a deputy minister for health. And then show to me call Masalachi, call Bola Road, call Abasi, now call Torbase, Minia, Fatitegu, Minia, now call Oblogo, and she a year month for 15 draw to me under. Oh, Mudemu. I am deputy minister for health. Chief compounder, President Mama, a ye Busia every 10% fee or more appointees in February, chief compounder is April. Okay. Oh. Na mintia me national communication director Sami Jemfi upon home boarding pa ye say yankopon say on born ho ban esan say nkofu ei be bi omde na fafa nyina no enso nyame esa wo no so ntia say yankopon say yankopon born ho ban na mintia me national chairman national secretary Asedun Ketia NDC ebusu nyina wa unya akwanya wo sum wo John Mahama abresu bia no go and adopt a branch, adopt a ward, adopt a constituency, and let's work together with determination and hard work. NDC, we shall succeed.
All right. When I say, I say the communication you made the vision now. Communication. Communication director. Okay. King's University. Oh, okay. Okay. The show also. Quite be able to see the bring the age agenda. Yeah, the main policy of the New Patriotic Party. Because we said there are some Ghana. In Bosnia, show you go to a and there is no way President Akufo don't call it also very Ghana and say they didn't see that. There's nobody. If you pop a coffee will get very much, what you might carry having that. Because the challenges you may face. But then they say, what about the policy and program, but they make sure to have an impact on the people of Ghana. Okay, yes, there's a Ghana for you trade. Now I'm 2024. I'm on my opinion, because every party, a capitalist party which is performing a socialist programs. Okay, all right.
I
expect to say a socialist party should perform their socialist programs. Okay. Socialist.
Let's say in the starting phase.
Okay. All right.
Under His Excellency John Mahama.
Okay. Yeah.
And at that time in 2015, we absorbed all the day students. Which I said, but piloting, like you share national health insurance. Those days, they had mutual health insurance. Under His Excellency John Ronnis. And only Romans for be on Kranza South. And on Moya, the start somewhere piloting. Yet, Secretariat Office called Voter Region. What I say? But we be a piloting.
You must man, where they are Miami 2024, which are Bawi. NDC.
Parliamentary candidates. Chairmanship.
Oh, okay, chairmanship. Okay, all right. Okay. But all right. Don't have what feel no penny for them no more. Edi komo yedi nchia wi na fe yenkom ensem na kasa abeka mam frasem fru so na nra de no yes special prosecutor yantiese na ka na yakod no bia nim se o call dem ama yare ga betom mama yare ga ho be kire no ewi kire ka me asa boko sa sam odi etiri kra e fa so bia ni so enti wa drop charges now. Abeka.
But I say about this issue, I say Emra, Dibia. I'm going to be some long say he who alleges must prove. And your evidence must be in a way about talk judge and answer about the amount and obedience. But I turn us obedience, I turn us obedience. That is why by lawyer will be more contact or you accept or do call lawyer. If lawyer make media over guys of Martin. Okay, can you share the press release or the by now about no prosecutor? Yeah, we be again down this or legal or the legal team. Dibia Obeka said I said medical court. Charges are medical. Maybe medical. Me share based on the evidence and more. Medical. We know every truth on my side. The only point is a major case. If or lawyer in case of only possible, that means a case you have two. The charges anybody packing in two. That is one thing.
Now you say charges ni nyana kura na say den.
Once a big he who alleges must prove. My alleged said, oh yeah, what could you be star? But if I'm not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt with this car, medical court say me to be the case. Maybe for
yeah, sir,
tell us, oh, Mr. Kisi e can buy no. Mr. Kisi e can buy no. Obey no. As Obey told the team say, Obey also obey review on all the cases are the former and the special prosecutor that is Martin or
Amidi.
Obey review there. No see. Yes, start. I share after Busubu your best start court. Yes,
okay.
Thank you. It talks about court. The first case, in terms of the review, the first case in about Honorable Mama MP for Bokus. Let me tell you, okay, kind the press release or the banner, the charges are, and the reason or the drop it, I say, following a true thorough review of the available evidence, the OSP has entered an only prosecutor in respect of all charges and counts against both accused persons on the following grounds. 1. Upon further scrutiny of the available evidence, the Republic will be unable to prove its case on the standard of proof required in criminal case, far beyond reasonable doubt. That is 1. And I make sure say evidence or the question at least and the stand or the
okay.
And here 1. 2. The present case appeared certain to suffer the same fate as case number FT/012/2019. The Republic versus Hajia Hawa Dinehu and 6 others. It will almost refer the same case BSc. That almost refer. It's based on what's in Okolomwa. Yami admission law. Now Okolomwa. Any ruling me at it has precedence. Omo be general president so is what I say. Everything said 2020 or election petition. Omo refer is or 2013 election petition. It's a precedence. It's almost say there's a precedence case. Some cases where the president BC that's 2019. The Republic is Hajia, Hawa, BBB and 6 others. They were not able to prove. The Republic, the state was not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt on why those people should be convicted. What I say, either to go to jail or to refund the money in their account. But it's OSP, no. What's in also they be? But they ask we court. I don't want it to happen like they see some years ago. The president's case is your. It is said they said charges are made out to the suspect may drop in here. And yes, and there. But you see, I always want to use this medium to say, yeah. At least do me award the legal way my year goes so you see. Maybe mama ya say baby okwa no wako drop it that means say onim na dwuma never. But issue is na make we say ukolo o de accept kokon baby say he who alleges must prove. And your basis must be beyond reasonable doubt. In a way say 1 you need to convince the judge. Because as well can in one of my ruling here judge my ruling. What man convince the judge? Mama really. Me tell you something, Kasa. Actually, Ghana phone in here. Me convention. Me do a convention beyond my reasonable doubt. Say, I need someone to my president for the LPP party come to before. Then I just want my trauma me. And I may know yet TIC issue here. If I'm supposed to convince you, I need to convince you beyond reasonable doubt. I make my to the extent with my guys. Hey, as my Abekan can I accept. Then I make my support. What I say? And we are leading because you have to say baby more because I say OSP no first case couple what you mean when to my engineer state. But I see on our lawyer was for almost 30 years as a practice and almost 30 years if I'm mistaken 30 years I start to be corrected. It only what I want to constitute before winning a case. That's what I say. If I'm presenting a case before a court, my evidence should be intact to the extent I may be able to convince a judge out or presiding against that case. It means one convincing now. What's the essence of it? May win the case, may win the case, and may lose. So yes, this is not the end of the road. Yes, see the presidency. We don't want it to happen again. Now I am president later. If a guy say it should be judgment debts and pay bill. It's just in the right direction. But we know that there are subsequent cases. He is on it. Also, why review because of Kakao, we one of your sister stations that is Peace FM. Kakao GH1 and Mushobi. So I'll say, oh yeah, we review cases in the it is not this month is an action month. We're starting. You will say yes, we're starting. I'm sure say as time goes on, all cases which have been piled up on the offices now, you so we may really your boy say before the mandate somebody and it's all really and at least you say yes. Our court system is working, and also I'm pleading with the Chief Justice. We're starting, the former Chief Justice starting. You see a High Court complex wall, which is going to have a High Court itself, a Circuit Court, and a District Court.
Yeah, okay.
In terms of the court delivery system, at least our court system is not low and it's not slow. We need to be appreciative of whatever is going on. Because they are doing choice. If you can see a court system goes slow, they are to a court, especially a high court complex, they will sue area. Question. And the pen is you talk about question. That means our court system is going on. And I'm happy to say, sir, even in Africa, in terms of our judiciary, is noted to be the best. We need to be appreciative of whatever. Yes, let's say no started, OSP started, don't cause some and yes, Ghana for Mama said maybe because of this case na can you always expect Senegal with my kwa at least we win the case no I mean again sir because when I make to my case baby me say o call quarter who say who follow your no quarter and I do before back court also making sure say the evidence the document o to make sure say case o kodi no am obedi am no ebe confirm no obeye but if Australians no will say yeah it will be only possible or prosecutor that means the case is no at least upon evidence one person guy say your case has been dismissed because there's no substantive or strong evidence backing your case.
All right, mama now say order for nothing in care Ebenezer Abeka NPP no she say I don't know ni na ko wi sa da si na mu enhyeda enyi du santi so de asam no eto enchen enti orafo mama na won chen na special prosecutor ubeka say wadi nkugu ana say we de se na tie no na wasa okono sa.
Well, me to me say bia wadi nkugu. As I say, this administration, they have a history. Now, history now say, Ghana we have not monitored, and as we've not realized it yet. But with time, Ghanaians are knowing, say, this government, when they were in opposition, Muka said, we have the men, we have the women, we have the men. As I say, when we see a minister of health, now, Otumikache Ghana for Nyan said he was not in good sound. He was under pressure. He was not in Najumuna Enka. Najumu Sipe. Or the Ghana can sign agreement on vaccines. Yeah, they protect you. I was in Najum pressure than Najum.
Situation and a woman.
What does this stable mind. Yeah, we see the mind. The word mind was in his speech. Yeah, the mind no can nobody will treat. Yes.
No, also on pressure.
Yes.
What you say? Now pressure should they say be na the year and I say be na. It's no. It's all catch you know. Also some Ghana for they be there. But the Ghana for pay few hono and no more. Now, special prosecutor are saying Ghana. And the Kutum Kafa Matami Dubanya say, let us ensure, say, NDC for because Matami do war, a personal hatred be Emma NDC for. Let's put hands to them and ensure, say, all the NDC for now, more government here can say they were corrupt me. Now, a patable line. You're making sure say because from Matami do somebody within them who hate them. No, because has the dissatisfaction for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What I say, we will take him as a special prosecutor. He will go after his own people and leave us and ensure say we do all the corruption and all those things. Unfortunately, no, the man likes to talk, but when it comes to work, don't to me yet. It will show my mama I got case here. Eh? Many wouldn't say car na mama I got to you. I will say okoto 3 cars into 155 procedure. The man went through all the procedures.
Okay.
I can mention ministers of state in this administration who also did say, but Matamidu chose to go after Mama.
What I say? We
know. What I say? We know. Allegedly, we know. What I say? Allegedly, Minister for Information.
Why then?
Allegedly. Yes. Why then? Allegedly. We also had. You say, and also. Akokoto cars in Libya, 155 procedure and so. Is that not true?
So or say allegedly.
Allegedly. When we say Parliament, they give loans for vehicles.
Yeah.
Now before they more car for vehicle, no. Say we choose company, every more car, no. Then you bring the name to the Parliament. Then the through bank process, no. The money will be given to the car company now, the car neighbor, no. Because if I say be a Toyota Ghana, be a Gamot. Irata. Anyway. Then they will bring their cars and make a showcase or and showcase now. Then you go and choose your choice. Then government through procurement they will pay to Parliament to maybe a bank, maybe a NIB, and maybe a GCB. Then they will buy the car. We bring the car. Government pays them. But this is the case. What they did, they say. Instead of going to buy that particular car, he chose, no, why don't I buy 3 cars? Because that money can buy 3 cars. When I'm going to my constituency, I cannot use the V8 always be driving to my constituency. My constituency also need ambulance. It is a mommy says car. Why don't I use 3? Buy 1 ambulance for the constituency to benefit. Buy 1 also vehicle for my constituency. To use it for the activities. Okay. Now, because after all, when I'm going to work, I can take a plane to Kumasi or Tamale and then take from there to my constituency and work. Okay. The car is not for me, although it's for me personally, no, it is for my constituency. Okay. It is procedure, no, yeah, no. Or yeah, when they come a Minister of Finance, then they did everything. Upon doing everything, no said no. It was this amount. Then he passed through all the proper procedures and paid. Later on, when he went to customs at the Tama port, then they gave him a different amount. When he has paid everything. Which I said, meanwhile, when Parliament is giving a vehicle to you to buy now, when the companies bring it up, for example, it may be $120,000. Okay. But Parliament has to give a waiver through Ministry of Finance. And sometimes, even if it's $120,000 by the company, it comes to, when they give the waiver, maybe 40,000, maybe 30,000, then it will come to 80,000. Then every month, they will deduct it from their salary. Okay. It's not for free. They will reduce it from their salary, and then by the 4-year terminal, that's Kanasa. Now, what you mean for a card. Okay. So, all the proper proceedings, but because Matamidu chose to go after Mama Yega. This is what has happened. So, Ejabe knowing said, when we said there were 2 cases against Mama Yega, against the Boko Municipal Chief Executive, and then those transporters and all those importers of the vehicles. They dropped that case when Matamidu was there. And today is the second case. Ejabe also no, this case will not hold water. But this government has always told Ghanaians, we have the men, we have the women, and we share administratively how they are managing this country. Kind of way to them say, I buy all the words they use. We have the women, we have the men. It was not that.
And we no more jai ma yaraga chesam we need men.
No, it's like when you have the men, and you know say Send a jabbing by your say no case here me dey koi. We a total embarrassment for this country. Total embarrassment, total public waste of money. Minya, do you know the kind of a quantum of money the special prosecutor office used to finance this case? Minya, when it's going to court, there will be per diem, there will be fuel, there will be this, there will be that. All those things. Minya, before you raise a case, I'm having this case against John Afo. If you are competent and you study the case, you better share all analyze the case, case I'm in the court. I have to win the case. But I don't take this case, make a public say, who good papa no fee. Do you know the embarrassment that Mama Yaga has gone through for this case? Nationally, internationally. And you call and the business friends, now the colleagues. And according to Mama Yaga, as the case here be as MPP for who say oh case and patrol me so we start the case in corner which answer me again now. Who say no now as a member of parliament for Ward Central he can now focus on his work and ensure say his constituents or to abamano they will benefit for it. And some people know I course you my way. Maybe I cause you Jabin so about study all the cases. Now,
also why you were studying here.
Now say a piece of the case of the matter is say we have corruption cases a my way one. So you say a special person, we are independent. Make sure say you go after your own people. What I say, for example, Spanish via honorable Ajimai.
Yeah,
menu or ni Ghana foko here. Esi sike ya be ya or call leave cry President Kufuor do kejina bono na odi Ghana won for say we see Ajimai we minia a leading case of corruption because when you say Charlotte say former commissioner for Shrine
boss, yeah.
Do you know why she was removed? It's a say procurement process. Okay. Meanwhile, Charlotte say the contract no okay now. Oh yeah, the fast the years faceless petitioners. This country benefited over $20,000 US. But yet fast from Kwambisua. You see, in that no case, I don't know say unima. Go for more sure petition the Charlotte say you don't know them. Me no case to over about 50,000 liters.
Yeah, I can't.
No, that was in the first term of this administration. Okay, cash for seats. Okay, pyroside. We see corruption and cost a man we move. Okay, planting for food and jobs. Minister for Agriculture, catch Ghana phone say fertilizer say you are chrome hand in hand. Farmers say you fertilizer no. And you fall upon go. And almost share the call Burkina Faso. Na the area who say for Pongo Muni Mikasa. Minia, who is Minister of Agriculture. That's what the catch Ghana phone say. If for Pongo, the fertilizer for fertilizer if Ghana call Burkina Faso, call neighboring countries. What do you do? Now take Ghana for a joke.
Only say we now why and some also call you
and some who is a Minia, see a back corruption. And some year to more na pay no you.
All right, sir. Maybe you answer if it's one
2024. On shall bank a say we cannot continue. All we say President Kufuor catch Ghana phone you say we use the NAS principle. So NAS principle now President Kufuor use me no now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's to say yeah, NAS principles and aben you so yina we special prosecutor na afi no Mama Yaga sam no sabi no you feed sabi ko dem say better din abeka so wo back me no bi
me no about Mama Yaga issue me person me bra paint as say enya about this parliamentary procurement of cars for MPs onaka say ye personal say ko cars e dey about the constituency ambulance what I say ambulance and you see you have to also understand say in terms of parliamentary procurement cars you better if you salary no or do I just it's part of your salary you better if you it is about can about also about this minister for health issue What's the time imposition of the Restoration Act in the Bible? There was some. It was being taken from the Constitution, Article 31, about emergency power, emergency way, emergency powers, emergency powers. President, right? Or should we be an Osha? Emergency state of way emergency or that particular area. What I say? And not check Article 21. Clause 4, subsection C. For the imposition of restriction that are reasonably required in the interest of defense, public safety, public health, the word is public health, or the running of essential services on the movement or residence within Ghana of any person or person generally, or of any class of person. When per almost check it behavior. So after COVID-19 and yes, COVID-19, COVID-19, that is whereby that particular issue, this particular session or another clause, or the provision of the Constitution comes into being. Emergency way. Imposition of restoration. And it's a president, I'm passing the Imposition of Restoration Act. And it's passing.
It's only say, Uraj, my man, health minister, and the process of fair money in a vaccine, why you be beer? Why you be so beer?
Let me make sure. Pay where which way no, but Makoto. Because the public health and the public safety of the people of Ghana. Ghana food to the constitution with you. Ghana food the constitution. The constitution like I said, for the imposition of restriction that are reasonably required in the interest of defense. 1, public safety. 2, public health or the run of essential services. Right? How imposition of restriction cow. How Minister of Health, but Makoto Abba. Because at that time, we not Ghana for year.
All right.
Okay.
And you know, you're trying to say, we brought what's in a committee and you know, when you can't be sarcastic, when Tracy can be a Koba, a son of a cotton, my bros, one or so, or this canaba, a whole moon in sass or your minor drink a diagro.
Let me tell you, if for them, it's a ad hoc committee in a committee beer, or more, at least, or more report the baby beer. If it forms a criminal pattern, and to court, the person responsible, you pass through the process of the law. What do I say? By the report, did you say any form of criminal way be out?
By you don't know any moon some, so yeah, you shall report.
About this issue about special prosecutor issue.
About special
once we say, okay, now
committee. One and I'm a person.
One person be uncle. Yes, you should over $20,000 US. The amount.
One and I'm a person. At least
I force it. On lawyer. Also called law school. We there, my name law. Sabi, me lawyer.
What make I say?
I'm not going to say, and this for the young ready. Now the minimum fear answer, minimum say. We are public figure. Now on my see can you damn say so. Now, Magasa when you say you are what to be passing emergency bills our parliament house. What to be passing Nancy Amosomo loan a bond over 1 billion. That day now say emergency say COVID about Ghana for. That's an emergency bill. You can bring it to parliament, and that day it can be passed. They cannot take and say. Wait. That is kind of why? Yes, kind of over months. Ama, if you come.
Maybe Scano, didn't you get any vaccine beer?
And I make a choice. Vaccine, no more expecting vaccine. Yes, sure.
Because we're there.
Issue to that of what is
because the missile because the missile is me oh ABS me MD bisa sa abeka wo kotna so bo so no o man iska so ma man iska bia na later on ye wura afo ekoko so MD ye ko e mekra ma so bo 1000 abeka so e man 1000 later on MD fro abeka wo man so bo iska oh yes man iska e ho woni atro na ho na me hwe so my Ghana no wo yes
wo de no issue a different from asema about this poison vaccine a different. Let me make sure they say issue we see you know per emra ye ekita ebo Ghana fu ni abai no essay in terms of imposition of restriction on defense, public safety and public health or the run of any essential service on the people of Ghana, right? Hono actually a restriction ema. What I say? Me tell you COVID-19 bay, you know kofu. We are Minister for Health.
And when they are saying, "Somebody akwa sad na nsa na tie odi aba." Na mo wa bre ho ba asem a obedi na committee na nim ka say, "On sika bia nkom Ghana sika nkom."
You also tell us one. If Minister for Health EPBBA, obetra come Minister for Finance. And yes I that. Obetra for Minister for Finance. If Minister for Finance e approve here, on to be hwembo. But what tell you say, you nim say also okoy no ne middleman e kodi nkomo. Because almost started from Russia. Let me one radio or TV. My last point. Also before see your men, Anna. Your men. Also your men. Your men and a former NCA board chairman or the jail. Or former NC, National Communication Authority, board chairman, and any members of more jail. A whole CEO, CEO, only Joe. Any man. Okay. Yeah, Penisasa corruption, both left and right, meaning, and you who say corruption will why. Special prosecutor, do or massa, now quite far back. Because where I is over Bob Bonyama, we don't want you to blah. Later, you at least soon and what bank the about
NCA boss case, you say NCA boss with the jail. What that's all the prison. At the same time, and honorable Mark Ajimameno, okay. Only NCA case. Don't compare board approval. And you said you want machine. And you said with this canoe. They bought the machine. But when you bought
for the right.
Yes, you.
Okay, all right. The best one. Now,
Macmenu, I could trace canoe, Emma, middleman. The V8 for catcher, a man, say. I'm a young tia and found middleman phobia. Switzerland and Norway. Eddie Sansobia, the Norwegian journalist, quite a very business. I can see China for.
All right, so to say a corruption, my corruption. I can't say any corruption. World Bank, the Abagana, near my who be say a coba, say, ye debt report, ye ma and ye transparent, ye may move. Enda ho na cha se bia ka bia ba ne ka ho asama ye mfa nhye suma sen ya ne memeda wa se e ka na smith ne boy we no koye se ne siye na obia ehunu bi abaka lada na Ghana din tumi pie mu sa ayi
me na me da say share about this issue no fancha me about this issue right. When you talk about World Bank charges Ghana in order to exhibit transparency debt reporter, actually for venture and I put it in yet. Sure, we have. Sorry, you have a particular institution almost share Sanyama Wesu. A Benin Statistical Service, and any Bank of Ghana. I'm going to be money debt to GDP reports about one. Statistical Service on official website, and I'll call World Bank official. Bank of Ghana. You see, say our debt to GDP ratio. There be more update. That's what I got to say. Ghana ni what you mean? And guys, Ghana ya bokasi. without the statistical service as well as the Bank of Ghana and for the report to them by. All these things in India because of the minority caucus of parliament. Some of guys Ghana a minor bokal say or minor bokal say. What could check reports? Who could check it? Who could statistical service on my official website? I don't go back. That's called mobile and yes, I know. So with this, if the incumbent government, the spokespersons ever out, and I say, Scarborough boy is a Ghana, I work over 3 million way, a bed, who could statistical service and Bank of Ghana, which are all autonomous body working on their own. And yes, sir, as well. Who are we who Ghana or my Ghana for one of me blaming? Are they going to blame the government or are they going to blame the minority caucus? Because if really any to you said that I step could be the Bank of Ghana report about parliament. And every man don't report back. Some guys book a report for your chair. No matter someone debate on. So I didn't say no report here. No more fetchy. I can say if like a guy or my debt to GDP ratio, you say I mean if like I say minim, I don't want to be I start to meet minim. If you can say $200 million or billion dollars or Ghana cedis, no more about like I say 260 billion Ghana cedis. No, Bank of Ghana and statistical service but out of the country is and you some them. Who are we supposed to blame? Are we supposed to blame the government of Ghana or the minority caucus? It be as a one man can. We don't have any problem. But you see, you see it to your off. You see it to your off. I'll say it to you. You will say yes. We come up with your bar. Scam me fresh. What I say? If I would say is yard, ITV, what shall I should yeah, maybe say no come up with your bar. What I say? At least, Obusi Akoboy, Embo Dimo, Embo Dimo, ITV Dim. To me, about some of the ITV Juma. You come up with your bar, you're fresh in your kutokum. You do Juma. What's what's up? Book of Bobo Sebe, Moody Juma. Anna, everybody, you Juma, boy, up to you. I think I can't any expert of the total death stock about the country. What I say? But what time also need because we base our reports. Maybe tell you that if a person make anything pertaining issues about the economy as well as Bank of Ghana, I say we compare Bank of Ghana report. Can you just see and send my back? What I say? This issue about Ajabidi issue, because I can kind will be called back. I can kind act because we archives. I can first archives. We can we hear the tears. I didn't know quite a year or Ankasa. I didn't know the place to quite. For me to get a fair idea about what I'm going to say, maybe I'll show this one. What I say? It is this World Bank issue more candidate. We don't have any problem. Okay. And in the night, we don't something answer say, can be by a man, win for figure, win by win for figure, maybe rich now, figures now. I bet two. And they say, if a two are, me MPP, and I say, and me, I can say me a Bank of Ghana and statistical service. Let me bra, my logical cost. Or Banabaka say, yeah, they can't $200 or $260 billion. Now, my Bank of Ghana and statistical service. The total debt stock of Ghana is as I'm talking to you now. As of way, again, say and do 260 billion now. What we one of the you get it? That is why those entities or those institutions which are being mandated by the constitution. Yeah, the minority more money that more amending constitution, more law, more pass a bill into a law. So the president will give an answer to the mayor law. No, when say statistical service and the Bank of Ghana, autonomous body, a market is by law, more arts, or more say. I did some train for reporting, but no more general point. That is what Bank of Ghana about, what Bank about you should transmit in our debt report. Okay. All right. What I say? It's the end way. A 2-4, a foot. I had the buy in here. Who are debtor? Why don't you keep your debt? Reported about Parliament. About Parliament, but we need a copy of it. Martin, if we will issue pertaining the report, that is what we raise on the floor of Parliament. Only raise here, they can summon the director general of that particular institution. I'm going to answer, hey, for the debt to your way. That is what I'm saying. Jenny can forward your map. Na say original one banana na anya pa na akoye nsem bi. All right, abeka ma me na was na me fa we nsi on na me ko ye owura afo so na me hwe ni a world back nso e kani
Minya, so I'm a kind. I ban winning Ghana funding here, and this government is full of contradictions. Only say, I ban win. So they be a cano. Dia omuno. A young then I'm catch Ghana for. And the Ghana for pay for. and then no can say Ghana debt GDP. Now, bond grant come home.
The bond and can
Right?
What in the academic?
It's over 270 billion. Bond crown bank. Now, some boy are buying a boy now. They're not there. When you are waiting to catch them, what I say, I would to say, it's a number. Anyway, a number.
I would say, yeah.
They empower 4 years. I am minister for special initiative. One village, one dam. One person, one factory.
One is one factory.
One
and minister.
One is one factory.
And what minister of training now?
But you know, especially
Debbie, don't go there. If you
are someone to
trade industry,
that is what one village, one dam.
Yeah, one village, one dam.
Or but no, that's special initiative.
One is one factory.
To ask them, when the factories in the
your ban never come fractured down for. As you call World Bank, you call international institutions, he said World Bank, IMF, yeah, can different figures some more. Why not would that down? And I'm so now, Muka just came back. I did put in some more dear, won't find it.
As I said, almost pa.
Minya, about where we position. I'm going to take kind of force. It's a lazy man's approach to borrow. Now, so what they will do is say they reduce all the taxes drastically. Now, the back one, His Excellency the Vice President, no, they be ordered and no can say. If you can boost your boy a J, and the better final or no, some power. What they will do is say they will stop that loans.
But I don't know total say.
Oh, magic.
Total debt no say.
What you say there? Your debt to GDP ratio over $300 million.
Million.
Yes.
Billion dollars.
Yes.
What the man can say.
Now, at the time 2016, I'm na 120
$1 million and $1 billion and I mean organize.
What I say?
Okay. But it's $1 million.
And no billion.
$1 billion.
Billion. Cities.
Billion cities. Ah, okay. Managaza.
And when you in 2000 to 2008, go 4 times.
Okay. You know, I Kufobremu, a can ho.
A can ho.
$9.5 billion. Organize.
Okay.
They increase.
Oh, my Kasana said, from 4 times, I come over 2000 to 2018. There, 4.771 billion. Most time, 2009 to 2015 was 26.296 billion.
Okay.
Tam Mahama, F1, nay, 84.393 billion.
Billion day. Money, we want to know the currency.
So say in cities.
In cities.
In cities.
Okay. What about?
And I
see dollars in Ghana.
See a cocoa design.
See a president Buffalo. Tam Mahama Jamano. From 2017 to 2020, now Ghana carry 171.222 billion. That was in 2020. From 2017, just 4 years. From 84 to 171.222 billion. 2021 AMI. So I said the boy, Ghana debt, it's it not over 300 billion? It's not over 300 billion.
Over 300 billion Ghana cities.
Cities. It's we can fast check.
And when I World Bank was say, Basa no so
World Bank for the IMF for. Okay, Sanko for we time na John Mahama. E di Ghana for call IMF for say, you go quite akaji we need to be share some man. Can say, John Mahama you competent. This government came and they extended the IMF deal. So say me bo on country. Now open search for any fast check. The topic come to you say IMF the World Bank and international institutions can check and for say Busia boy here bono we are not transparent. And the figures in the balance and you're transparent. And yes Abia. Now who say who go can a mass say na say Busia boy wabo who call IMF who call British Wood institutions now who call about different figure who call parliament now about different figure. Ghana nim na India. And when you tell Ghanaians say you are competent and you have the men to do the work, not can afford the 2 minute show with them. Now say even common figures, you are not able to give the figures out. You are embarrassing the nation. You are embarrassing the country. Midi masa misi krano. Busia bo aban baye compared to John Mahama. We can go into details. Chairman deporting aban baye what you can say oh, me the idea you see interchange. We dey see break, we dey see school, we dey see hospital. Aban to me Africa. And you can John Mahama. You can see the transfer interchange there. You can see the polyclinic and John Mahama see here okay. Everything say yeah. For years, I want to be here. We until the citizens of this country put pressure on the member of parliament. And I'm saying I must start here. Tip compound say what? Be a jaima, I'm abandoning tip company. If you don't good, and to be a juba. Ninya, a mambo, bonia, a buying, a buyer. Busia Boje, a yakutian quan or the tia. On to find yet. I did be a country no, even young and pastoral.
That's so it's a quite young country. I continue just 10 seconds. Na nya work and can I feel
what the minute is one of the cases for we busy on my way that is a mandated institution of the it's a more Minister of Finance as of 2021 June 2021 edition yeah debt 58 billion US dollars.
58 billion US dollars. Our the buy is citizen
yeah, 334 billion dollars.
Nah, I think
Ghana cedis.
Yeah, Ghana cedis. I think so. No, maybe more 2016 yeah.
Mini South Africa see how we are. No phone. What am for say? Accurate.
Say for now when after ya dwen say can bro 300 billion.
Oh, me just first because say me check me.
Yeah, me
for June as of June 2021.
Okay, fine.
I think
accurate.
And can what bank for the for me can't say. Okay, we will not discuss this issue.
That for my seconds now.
As of 2016. Yeah, debt. Yeah, 29 billion US dollars. 2016, no.
From which year to which year?
Me come 2016, me more 2016.
From which government?
December 2016.
No, I'm giving you.
December 2016, no one also.
From what time?
I don't want to also.
To Mahama.
And only for Ghana, free a year coming from my banner.
Yes.
Free coming from my banner.
Yes.
MBC
29 billion US dollars.
Not from 2016 to 2020. I have 54 billion now.
Okay.
Kufwa from like 5.5 billion Ghana cedis. Rollins Abreson. Kufwa be take on the 9.5 billion Ghana cedis. Rollins most take on 26 billion Ghana cedis. My president, my office 122 billion Ghana cedis. You see the current as I'm talking to you now, 334 billion Ghana cedis.
122 to 334
billion Ghana cedis.
It's over about that.
What's the issue about what I say? IMF different. Yeah, some different guys say you call IMF bill. You just call IMF bill. Or if I say they are epic. That's how you call people. Yeah, one is answer.
No. I said figures and figures now on
Let me try and say, if really we want to have a very transparent debt reporter, you focusing on the Ministry of Finance.
It is not accurate.
But that's
yeah, giving us
corruption. corruption ahodo a koso public institutions na emu rofo na wo twetwe mu ensem beto dwa na enye de enam se nipa be 14 bi kra no wo tema oil refine wo to ho no omo ti mo interdict omo ti mo niam e koso etumi tam cables akese bi 18 na yera e warehouse
but interdict
oil I was say internet is just a transgenic.
That means yes, and yet by let's say internet is transgenic. And yes,
there be akoso. Under your watch, under your watch.
But yeah, okay.
Yes, under your watch. I want to say it's yeah, it's public institutions. Ahodo chronobo koso ho to eba last week. This week GRA aba. Wo kwa koye wo certificate no. Na nkrofo ho no ma o.
Goro boys. Yeah, Goro boys oh baby.
Ebe we chi no. Omo ye staff ewo ho GRA according to Joy reported by there. Omo ye staff ewo GRA. Omo je no ma ye dia mam. Enu echi ye nhwemu to aso akoye no. Cape Coast e de by assembly no. Nipa bi e wa assembly ho e de ticket different e na kwa bonten. E kokko giska. Eme enso de e baye Eastern region Kofodua e de e baye ani nyina no ye aban adwuma mu corruption e koso abeka me mfrase fu
so be certificate so
okay afu me mfrase fu asa isi the corruption na doso public institution do
aban we ba power no o ka che Ghana for say we should be citizens and not spectators na onu say aban we su ka che Ghana for nya say
we no use anasa e bra so ntima me ensa fe ya
principle na say corruption e koso amambo we mu na so mo te ho na so mu say corruption e koso ni e fa aban we nya hwe a what do you think the smaller institutions will do wa to who say PDS akoso e ma ban ene na busiafo ne na danfo e de Ghana Japade FM ECG adama foreigners without any bank guarantee, without any insurance. Ni about the sika e wo fie. Na say sika yi echiye hu say. Sa company FM PDS now they don't even have bank guarantee, they don't even have insurance.
So
Na sika we up to now, ye hu be sika nafa.
tell us that you don't.
Share no na babafo e na omo handle PDS.
Baba omo meeting.
Oh, now omo ye dey PDS omo say me enya ebusha you don't know this case.
Boss,
I know
one of the board members or copy this.
No baba ni.
Does he have a barbering shop at East Legon?
So does it mean say baba?
No, me say I some catch. And somewhere Bermuda na make catch. But me
okay, that's because I'm so
PPR contract for sale. My procurement authority. Now, juicy contractor, a woman who say contracting mapping, contracting more debt, contracting honey won't, and not Jim Tom contracting or the Manasa Zuri. I can't investigate that case way. When you have to now, you see my way under investigation. What has happened to this case? Me no can say. When Australia visa fraud here, the deputy minister for sports, former deputy minister for sports, Panos Ahide, and then for MPP 4. So we are a 2 for Australia. A bishop of Mokasa and Guasia and that no can say ITV4 sports crew, every some call outside Ghana, they'll be interrogated. You didn't have a minister for sports, and then Ghana you call Egypt. So she can't say, the MPP for them call excursion. They don't call tourists. They don't call the beer fair. Now Ghana you lose scale. Say yeah. Up to now we have not able to find those monies. Let the come cash for seed under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Before the who president, I saw over $200,000 US. Before the who president. Decided when now cost so. Now say up to now, president. The question say. You have a plus check on for say before you see the 2 deputy chief of staff, you have to pay over $50,000 US before you see the chief of the president. When you are cost, investigation cost me the institutions that we have in this country. What a while go for this car.
and also better than they are dear president. Corruption be a cost of a member women. I am dear. Yeah, you should announce principle. They don't call police. Yeah, making sure say we will strengthen our institutions. The criminal investigation department. We will strengthen the BNI. We will strengthen the serious fraud office. Me and Mama Konya some whether my appointee or whoever, they should make sure say they will whip everybody online. That's a time investigation course. Which will be true.
Okay.
Me no can say
it will be true.
GRA. Any sir.
Yeah, Tony GRA.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know. And go what now? Say see all the men, your CEO, your president, your minister. Yeah, Thomas, I know nine.
All right, but that's a rough.
Corruption cost to a member home. And yes, I got my buying a car here.
Okay. All right.
Corruption cost to a member home.
But that's it.
Corruption. About where I saw back. Or the never see.
That's it. All right, but that's a rough. That's a palm. It's all of my men. I become about so now. So this mommy and son. Corruption cost to public institutions. The national phone lines. No. GRA and I feel idea. Yes. Yeah. But to us that for the mama. The phone lines there 0550 910 108 0550 910-108 and no any phone lines are will be to me a friend and switch me a movie. Yeah, the better year screen any the amount. I become corruption as a cost war public institutions. What's that mean? I'm a union.
What's that mean? I was expecting like me pay, but find a solution fighting this corruption.
Yeah. Can was some
use the announced principle.
What's it? It's Abba. It's then what will be your solution, Mama? Because corruption
should be competent.
What am Martin?
It should fight the corruption.
To us, that's my means.
Okay, 59th independence celebration. Kenya president name as a president of Ghana. Stand up. I don't know crap. Now we see. Okay, by 2014, fiasco. Other president Mama, $100,000. You talk Okube.
Jabaka said, "Oh, refer and all patches. So, Mama, you been to Musumo baby. Because see, a current situation, our public institution, and I want refer to my been to Musumo. Okay, yes, I'm making.
What's $100,000 and
$100,000 for Kube? I say free uncle.
$100,000 Kube.
Hey.
Yeah, it's $100 Kube back.
$100,000 Kube back. Fianca, Okodu, committee the next. Bible quotation. Yes, every Savior away. 11:35. Every Savior and crowd went near the war. Check. Okay, we Airbus.
There's a kite for city. There was an investigation. And the money was.
I said, okay, Airbus. Did they see?
The money was refunded back to the ministry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, share.
What's that about all cast?
Me say reference now, man. Okay, what it was. What you say? Sana was say
maybe.
What's my mean?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Airbus. Oh, Smarty, Bass Brandon, Sada, Judah. Wait, why me? You know, sure. Maybe choice here. What is the solution to make sure that this corruption will be an end? There's a time, man. We should make sure, say, every public institution, right, are buying any bakosu.
Like the Japan artists.
Oh, that's how we come. Are buying any bakosu. Because for now, if we need the GRE staff, it will be here connection. Then what are you trying to strengthen GRE or you are trying to collapse GRE? If Oshedia Koso or your first we did Oman Kasam. That's Oman interdicted some of their staff, 14 staff. If Obushima about someone are we trying to strengthen or we are trying to collapse top?
The previous fuel.
All the corruption we see here, there are some which have been investigated. Now, at least, the one on my part, so said, free. What I say? No. For me, I'm a cabinet. These issues here, I don't want to bring politics into it. I want to speak as a Ghanaian. My mind, come out and my own story. This is a time I went by, say, we always want to focus only on the states, the central government, a solution to on how to fight corruption. For me, Jerry office, they should make sure, say, everything which they do in their office is being watched. What I say? If maybe talk about where principle by that digitization principle, I was in support of because anyway, okay, process because you don't confess only online. I need you introduce something into our system. What I say? It's a bit person register with my company, but online. We have my certificate. Okay. I'll pay everything over online. Digitization of every institution. Me person me here, me person me try me GRE scar. Me moment bibi a betu twa fa so. I don't coach obi. Na ba ko the first condition to ask them come my office. What I say? This one thing I propose to the government. Not this government alone. Any substantive government on your side way. Because me na oko this issue is start to port.
Okay, into port. Over to us for number and a to your screen. 0550-910-108. To submit me a friend. Now some American school to me. One or other room. You say start to port.
What about the late president most are very soon. How can mood you scan? Not start with the process. Whereby the organization. Abwa. I'm going to say, first, can you make me? I'm going to work part of the it's a somebody who cook up first. I'm going to and you see, I don't give you which will be true. Okay, and that is where I don't see a straight near fight. I don't see here fighting. I'm in fuck away, Emra. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. But you're first and everything.
Your friend, you got a fit more like.
Okay, me and you.
That's what you. It's young. And it must more small. My Ghana, quick couple.
Okay.
I'll say, a million MPP. Always had a corruption which he have bought the CEO of the Mamaso, I'm person. Andrew 10 and 12. You see, now at that screen, so GRE corruption scandal. I buy we in the China Express and Jubilee House 2017. That's all Ghana Akofana. That's way they catch Ghana phone now say. So per se, we are corruption and not Namamu Ananiwa. Or Ananiwa.
I know correct.
And it decided to say, a point there so and they fact up corruption. And also they use another principle.
No, no correct.
Yes, man, your friend said, not the other air catcher Brazil, but to be 100,000. The number aircom or until over man, the JDD area white paper, I was in a discussion or shall go to Mono. President area in Asia, that's a or say, or Kaipa, the Yatari Paneda, who be also over by the corruption. No. I against conduct a white paper, fresh in that post with the Nipano, or so in that movement.
All right, my
same president, and I'm not able to change the age. I can issue. I also guarantee also.
Okay.
Clear and the full movie. Which they go with TV show.
All right, but that's the first thing I offer some round. Oh, say, on your Kwan, now, but for our first method, some back, no, I told you, no, I can offer Swaba. Your mount 5 minutes, Nakasa, a bed in a union, so to maybe. Your best offer was some 1 minute, no one want to follow from Swaba. I will cut us on the as a friend for friends, yeah, also Mantuma Botten. I mean, Takano, who made a man Botten, you'll be bree. But see, I know what's the year solution. We have to say, and yet, President Akufo-Addo call a GRE in corruption scandal. Every past government be a year of corruption scandal. There's a cost watching. A cost watching. You why?
Then why do you say we should allow you to?
What President? I'm able to fight corruption.
You are saying Mama was incorporated. Mama was incorporated. Less than that. ya to about 6 years old. My case na ekon. That's
what they won't kind. But right now, you are here.
So why you know? So why you saying? Is the vice president Bobby talking to you? Why are you trying to bring this?
No, I'm saying that 6 years now.
Please, I'm here.
I'm not talking about 6 years ago.
Why? Let me get that. I'm not going
Why you going to beat me?
I'm not going to beat you. I'm going to make it.
No.
I'm ready.
Okay. Obiara mama so hold on here for no so. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me ba che first and everything.
It is Samuel. Mr. B. Accra.
Okay, Samuel, James Fasma ba ko eto de no so mai.
The pastor GRA corruption way and Potolo. And here we are Potwachi. For now, we are that one in Milano. Yet you are more in your Messiah, and Domono, and then a book of one yet. Yet you will be nothing a killer to one. I tell of football better. Or no, uncle, yet. They are key or your minister. Or your assembly man. Or your papa.
Okay.
Or your mammy or your aunt. And now I got now or the uncle free. Or what was that for you? Honestly, not done. I have pop from I don't know. You don't pop from you go to good to for you, know. Every time you do for you.
All right, that's it. We kwaya nchiro ofro kwaya na ya chiro.
So what's the solution here, Baba? Let me mention the transition and what. That's what I'm proposing.
To we am my boss knows what kwaya be self so boy.
Why the transition? Why buy if that can be possible to be I mean some come online and make my I don't know. I make my the number that told man. Oh, me on page no I be printing. No money. That's what that's the solution. But if you are trying to mention you even be able to America power. If this
okay. We hold on one so nearby. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. Yeah,
and I pay Bacho. I ain't fan of war. I ain't fan of Rufi. Kumasi Airport residential area.
You are doing it. Never go long. If you are that way, and the doing the Kuno, you can say, we need to get out the maintenance. And then if you're my arm and everything, you need to get out the maintenance. If you're my baby, they are waiting. If you are not watching which means in a movie, then you go away. The day after the walk. So it's time to say, you cry it too. It could not be the we cannot go to Jimmy Scadia, they apply for before. We can, 10 months we can buy. Let out a share book. It may you get me to matter pushing. 10 months, we get to house and buy. The mother for this, but no half. More to clean for opportunity. More scary.
Well, I said, one man in stable.
I will put my now that who and me down Sabeca. I didn't want to look ever far. And you can another you could say, or tell them they are going to run with them street.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to join the away, winning, or motor, or winning motor. I'm probably running some money.
Okay. All right. So that's job. I can't hear you know. Fasma bakuna summarize what you need. Okay. And you know. You go so you better say be a to me. Afraid be my offer just 1 minute now. So what's our because I'm afraid for me be like Gucci. We are now my friend, man, fight and person will be a call because into the castle far just 1 minute to be about my cell phones just 1 minute now. Offer to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
But your first and over thing. Be a but also over thing. Hello, but what to make
hello.
Yeah, what's the name for Fluffy? Israel, okay, all right, mate.
It is for my corruption, I can want a man. in idea to get me here. Now, as I say, sitting president, I is excellent and not no problem. To the extent say, the castle be up or be able to any issue. What do we issue? No, we can't have a bemono, which is true. The airport right now, but now what is exciting? Okay. We and put the way and put the. We did say at the time, a band is now effect, he said, I say, or the fact, I found this to take corruption. Let's say that you want to say, you want to what? Let's get let's say, what will you be? But that will teach you, maybe I was in now, can I see you come for? But it's just what to see about. And certainly, I'm not for this cat, so what did I say? It was this cat, it's our okay. I'm going to check you so, check on the market, about any or Abana, you said 3 months, that's the cash for she. I'm not, this cat, I'll be eventually get a Tokyo cat. Yeah, about any corrupt.
Okay, man, that's you say that's a power. Okay, yeah, but I got 3 minutes spent. So be over for one now. Rafa for now, smart for 1 minute spent. Everyone was on the cattle.
I saw about Kenny.
Just 1 minute, Mr.
We are trying to at least find a solution to this kind of my proposing the solution. I'll say 2 years. My pay or all Jubilee House. They need me 8 should be other. Okay. What I say? In those who are ministers or to be they need to be here. It's what also your mind or mine, you know. Okotia, no one say, maybe I'm good to my very president. I don't die. No, for pay the right procedure so far. It's on my Juma. 1 year make sure the fights can come. But if you're not able to fight, then the guys on my BSA say, one yard. You're not being fair. You're not a citizen.
To be a more.
Obia what say me ba if I can if I was like a bit come out na my first coach o cameraman ba kwa na me do say you want to be channel cause be choose come wa am I me bomb station it was if I was be wa be choma ya come be tia ahwefo ni ya or mu friend ni at least contribution is to help make the show very live it's yes you say at least it's a point up
that's okay
one professor Nanuma or say, as I look closely into the Ekufado's eyes, I see an apparent mismatch between his rhetoric and action. It is a big disappointment.
That is his comment.
Emmanuel president. I say, we complained NBC was corrupt, but with what has gone on so far, it is witchcraft.
I don't see any view.
About principle. We use an as principle. The Ekache Abekani Abani said Ghana for 20 years. Cash for seats. Sa cross your question, Yano. An principle there. So when to me, I'm just one fine here. Ghana force burden. Say who are we president? Uncall for Yesika allegedly. Uncall for Disika allegedly. Oh, chair a Bushama in them look say Jubilee House. I baby here where they were. Now say Kofi Juba, the ever president. Jubilee House, the state of the presidency. I want to hear what that's it.
But that's it. That's your face. Order for and so you buy na common hand. It is where Canada to be the bro or ITV some na Ghana to be na be wa kwam adwoada ekoko si efia da bia anti na so na de no ya be bon sama hodo no aso nem ye ne eye John afo a no kasama NDC Ku or Ghana afana bebia and afi Ebenezer Abeka or also kasama NPP amenyeku obi bia oboa wa wo fia hwe won so afre no yankopon hye obi bia me so amete adwam hwe madwumedi no afre ase ko ne wi ne fami so bibo ofori amanfo so bibo enenso me de wasi Onyame ishira